I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
in the case of anybody.
That's why I spend my life with you.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stirs. You're here for hot tea. All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Libido the mule has to be stopped. We are still looking for her libido. For the life of me, I cannot understand how you were fighting a battle like cancer, but the only thing that you can seem to talk about or let us know the process of or let us know the struggles of your libido. And at this point, y'all, it's really quite ridiculous. So we got a clip from the next episode, and Kimmi is still talking about libido. Not only that, in my opinion, I think she's about to try to take Jamie and Arena's storyline. And for those of you that aren't aware, Jamie and Arena are from Love and Marriage DC. They are actually one of my favorite couples on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Not Love and Marriage Huntsville, but Love and Marriage DC. And you can say what you want about Jamie, but he loves his wife. He's willing to listen. I just think he's an old school man, and some people just don't like that. Sidebar, I was really getting into Love and Marriage DC, but for whatever reason, they haven't picked up the second part to their second season, and I'm kind of disappointed in that because I felt like we were actually getting somewhere with this cast. Regardless, Arena and Jamie had what I believe to be an iconic scene for the Love and Marriage franchise. The producers also did a great job editing this scene, and now I feel like Libido the Mule and Angry Balls Cancer Hunter are trying to take this story, and I feel like this for a number of reasons, so let's get into it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
Ain't that what you're clean with? You need to buy her a fur like you bought me one.
For the last time, Libido the Mule, you are pre-menopausal. And who the hell am I to be telling somebody what they dealing with their bodies? But it's not rocket science. Do you want us to believe that you're a late bloomer? Especially somebody that went through chemo and radiation, something like that literally speeds certain things up. We are happy that you beat cancer, but we don't know nothing about your damn story. However, what we do know is your libido is down. For everybody in the comments, I agree. I'm actually embarrassed that she continues to talk about libido, because what else do you have to offer other than your libido to a man that don't even want to hang up damn pictures for you, sweetie? Like, you sitting up in here questioning Mel about her last name in regards to her children when you literally had to give your son your last name. Your son or you never had his daddy's last name. So I'm just trying to understand what's tragic. The fact that you would pose that question to Mel when you didn't even have the option to give your son his father's last name is a reflection of your mean, nasty character. Here you are questioning Mel about what her last name changes will do to affect her children with a man that cheated on her and had a baby on her and then tried to take her to court for full custody of her children. These are some of the things that I be talking about when I say Kimmi is mean, evil, nasty. She's passive aggressive, and she's not a girl's girl, because who would even pose that type of question with the type of man like Walkie Talkie? Somebody that thinks he's a good guy. And this is why I'ma always go in on her ass, because she's not a kind person. She's nasty, she's manipulative, and she's passive. She's never liked Mel. And at the very end of everything, the reason why so many people that watch this show don't like her, because there was never any type of sisterhood founded after the demise of Mel's marriage. In fact, they continued to attack her and antagonize her about her hardships and traumas when it comes to her marriage. And this is another instance in which she didn't choose to take the high road, and she didn't choose sisterhood. She chose to be shady and attack Mel passively and micro-aggressively, all while Tisha sat in the background behind the scenes laughing and smirking. So while you're worried about Mel's name change, have you gotten a chance to check in on how high your libido has gotten since the last time you had a conversation with Angry Balls, the cancer hunter that expects you to bend over and take it, that can't even hold or hang up pictures for you? And just one last thing pertaining to the question that she asked Mel. You sit there and you ask that lady that question when she threw you a party when it came to you beating cancer. Letitia didn't even think of you. She didn't even mention or ask how you was doing after you sat down and spilled out everything that you were doing to get on track with your health, because she was so busy trying to be a victim because Kiki threw a drink in her damn face for being passive and microaggressive. And again, not saying it's right, but like I said, I have no feelings to her getting a drink thrown in her face. So I'm going to give you guys my review of Love and Marriage Huntsville in another video, but right now I want to talk about the next coming episode where Miss Libido is now going to try to help her libido by getting her and her angry, bald, cancer-hutching husband a sex therapist. Not a therapist in general, because the lady that got on television and said she feels ugly and she doesn't feel beautiful. Her husband doesn't do anything to make her feel beautiful or any of that, but what she continues to do for him is try to boost her libido for a man that cannot even hang up pictures for her.
And just go, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm giving him oil?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay. So the question was that, well, how do you feel about that?
Felt good.
And that's because you're getting stimulation on the way out and on the way in, right? Stimulation on the way out and on the way in.
And she grabbed my finger and she was moving her tongue.
She lost a little bit of herself in the act, just a little bit more. She actually put more intention into it,
Right,
right?
right. Oh, this is crazy.
But this is the practice that you need, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're gonna do it on the reverse, okay? What I need you to do is just hold your finger, your index, yeah, perfect. So that's gonna be the representation of her clitoris, okay?
Okay. I'm trying not to meet them.
On Love and Marriage Huntsville.
We have a visitor.
Who's the visitor?
I invited a therapist over to chat with us.
I need therapy.
She's actually a sex therapist.
His antennas didn't even go up until she said it was a sex therapist. He don't care about you, Libido the Mule. I don't know how many therapy sessions you need before you realize that. These people have been in therapy since before they've been on the show. We've seen them in every type of therapy since the show has started. He don't like you, Libido. But based on that scene from earlier this year, I can remember when Marceau got in the comment section and he said under Jamie Tyler's post, "Just to let you know, I'm not saying one damn joke, even though Satan has told me several. I want my credit for my maturity." The sex therapist, who is known to be a swallowologist, got in the comment section as well and made a comment. She said, "I loved working with you two. So open and willing to take risk. Bravo." And then Marceau got in the comment and says to her, the swallowologist, "Hey, your services have been requested in Huntsville." And then he tagged Carlos. "Will provide the details." So I remember when this first came about and I reported on this, I was like, "Oh, Tisha, your husband disrespectful. He need to get you together," because I could remember before he made this post, they were on that Chemistry or Shay Ministry podcast talking about she has to schedule sex with her husband. So I could remember literally making a video like, "Oh my gosh, call the head doctor. Tisha husband over there embarrassing her." But now, y'all, I feel like it's all starting to make sense. I do believe maybe this was something that Marceau was planning to use as a storyline or something of the sort. But seeing as though the libido thing was such a big storyline, maybe Carlos was like, "Oh, let Libido the Mule and Angry Boss Cancer Hunter use this," seeing as though she's still in search for her libido. So who better than Libido the Mule than to be the one to reach out to a sex therapist, even though her issues are premenopausal? So I'm going to stop saying that because she clearly don't want nobody to know that. Like on Google, it says she's 34 years old. She's not the youngest cast member. She needs to get that fixed because you don't want your age saying you look 34 when you look all of 60 and you know you're in your 50s, so you're looking your age. In my opinion, Libido the Mule is aging like a jug of milk because she's trying to keep up with her young, freaky, nasty, cancer-hutching husband. But sweetie, you're not going to be able to keep up with that. He is out of control. He's erratic. He has no discipline. You need to move on. He don't even want to hang up pictures for you, sweetheart. Libido the Mule is too old to be such a fool. She has no depth. She brings no value to the show, in my opinion. We all thought that she would be the older woman of reason on the show, but Neil is clearly finna take that position because anytime Kimmi opens her mouth, it's never to add anything of value to the conversation. She's a nasty, high school-minded, childish libido seeker, and we are quite tired of it at this point. She should have came on this show and really shared her journey. She continues to say she doesn't feel beautiful, but we don't see her partaking in any activities that will make her feel beautiful and gain her confidence back. The only thing that she is doing, which is how I know she got this marriage with her legs open, is trying to make sure she don't leave, or not leave, but trying to make sure he don't leave her because she can't keep him the way she got him with her legs open. This is why this libido storyline is such a big deal to her. This is why she said in her interviews that sex is a huge part of their marriage, which is some weirdo ass shit to say, but it's also why he treats her the way that he does. Kimmi, you are Libido the Mule. You are only good for libido. So once that libido decline, he is going to be searching for the next youngest thing to pop that stick inside of because your libido is not working enough for him. And these are some of the things that she should talk about being an older woman in a relationship with a younger man, because she keeps saying, oh, I'm not worried about my man leaving, or I was never worried about him leaving me if I didn't perform. So why is your libido the top of your recovery process? Furthermore, Kimmi, you out here looking old as hell. You're not 34 years old. You are 53 going on 54 years old. You need to be realistic about where you are in life so women like me can learn from you, even though women like me would never look to a woman like you to learn anything from, because you getting motherfucking laps ran around you by a cancer hunter that's ugly as hell that has nothing to offer. Literally, he's the most ugliest, brokest, uncontrollable, erratic man I have ever seen on TV. He always looked old, nasty, and funky. He always looked weird and gross, like he's sweating for hunching. He always looked like he just jacked off. I don't know. It's just something about him that is just gross to me. But that's enough. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what you think about this storyline Kimmi has going on, because like I said, she is not going to let the libido story go. She's not going to let us into anything pertaining to her cancer journey. And a lot of you guys have raised eyebrows to that. Now, I'm not going to be the one to question her journey, her battle, or anything like that, but it's not looking good for you, love. These people want to know about your story. There are so many people that were drawn to your story because they had similar issues, and the only thing that you can continue to talk about is libido. That shit is draining. Okay, sweetie? It's draining. You need to grow up, Libido the Mule. Get that angry bald cancer hunter under control, or you need to leave him, but we know you won't. You are going to carry it out till the wheels fall off. Other than that, y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about all of this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
I'm the one who initiated the conversation in regards to the fact that the chemo has affected my libido. And I know that affects him and his sexual injuries.
How long does it take until it wears off?
Even before our chemo issue came up, we already had conversation about our sex life. We talked about our sex life before we got married. So this is like an honest statement. In Kimmi's world, I had made up in my head 7 days was the limit. Like, I would never make my husband go more than 7 days. I don't care if we're angry. I don't care what's going on. That was always Kimmi's rule in her head.
Physically, everything works fine. Oh,
you're blaming this on a mind thing. I'm blaming this on a medication.
And so in this case, we went about 2 weeks and I was like, ugh. So it was my choice because I know that that's fulfilling for both of us. It's fulfilling for both of us. Like, at the end of the day, he's not the only one missing out. I'm missing out because...
Do you know that's not helpful?
I'm sorry.
It like borders on being an asshole.
I don't have the same climax. I don't have the same arousal. You know what I'm saying? So I never had that conversation based on the fact that I thought he was going to leave.
It could take even up to a year.
I got a year.
I know I love my husband and that is a big part of our world.
Right now, my cell's been without wind for a while.
I don't physically hurt. It doesn't hurt me to have sex. It doesn't do that whatsoever. It was just the arousal of the moment in the climax that is very different for me. So
This is a mental thing, Kimmi.
I'm just not getting the same fulfillment out of the sexual activity that he was.
My effort at trying to work on, the whole decreased libido. Say, y'all tickle me. Y'all act like y'all don't know who I married. He ain't step up to nothing. He been at the plate. I knew who I married. And some of this stuff.
I have nothing.
What about Kegel balls? Like they have the Kegels. You don't have Kegels?
Nothing. What are they good for?
You take the Kegel balls and you insert them, and your goal is to keep the balls from falling out. So it kind of tightens your vaginal muscle. So when you're intercourse, it makes the orgasms better. You've never had a Kegel?
Orgasm already.
Imagine better.
I do not.
Help me out. Get my libido cracking. Does it increase your libido at all? Absolutely. Anytime somebody can boost my libido a little bit, I'm for it.
As her hair's growing back, I'm like, now's the perfect time to get her a Jeep.
Yeah.
I think that's part of, man, and this is some other stuff that I haven't even talked to you about. Like our sex life hasn't been the same, bro.
I'm sorry, what, Maurice?
Yeah, our sex life hasn't been the same.
The hell you telling me for? Me and Maurice haven't talked about our sex life since we were 12 when we were lying about our sex life. That was the last time we talked about it. If I wasn't getting sex at home, that would be my little secret. Y'all been married under 5 years. But where'd you go from in a week?
Man, 3, 4.
4 times a week?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a job?
Yes.
So y'all like down to once a month?
Like maybe twice a month.
Like normal married people? welcome to the party, baby. Wait, are you getting it twice every month?
I don't want to be in that party.
Are you getting it twice every month?
Stop it, man.
24
times a year? Are you serious?
Solid, my guy.
Stop it. She thinks that it's just the chemo. And I'm like, it's not just the chemo. I think that it's a mental thing.
Maurice.
What?
She tells you it's part of the chemo. You're like, no, it's mental. She knows her body, and she knew her body long before you were there. And just like you, I can tell it's your back. And what somebody said, nah, bro, pain happens in the mind. And you're like, my pain's right here.
He suggested that the dilemma I'm in at the moment is like in my head. Like it's kind of like mind over matter.
And maybe it is in our head. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, that plays a factor.
That's always been a factor for me in life, just general.
Yeah.
When I met Maurice, I felt like he thought I was prettier than I felt I was.
Yeah.
That's just always been me. But in this particular instance, is a potential medical side effect. I've talked to some physicians that have said when they have a patient that's diagnosed with breast cancer, like they give all of their patients like an antidepressant. Like
really,
all of them. I didn't feel depressed, but I think it's both. I think it's whatever medical aspect of it, and I think it's like I just don't feel pretty. Like I don't have no hair. I've been trying all kinds of stuff, like for real. I really have. I really have.
Well, I have something for you. I don't think I've tried it all.
I don't know if I want it. Just because how you're looking in your face.
And I'm bearing gifts to try to help you spice up life. Okay, so I bought some.
Clearly, they're to exercise like Kegel exercise.
Kegel, yes.
Because I usually y'all eat eggs.
I know you use those.
Right. But the egg is like that. Those long little things hanging down, what are you supposed to do with that? Like during the course of the day?
I don't have, Well, I may need to take these back. Because these are, special wrote beginner on here. On to more things. Now, here we go. This is fun. Rechargeable Kegel ball. Child, you put this thing in that battery go off. It's kind of like a vibrator. We'll have a whole scene wherever you are. What is that?
My little Kegel ball, my egg dropped in the toilet.
And it flushed?
It went down the toilet.
I don't know what she was thinking about this gift. It's E for effort every day when it comes to Andrea, because at least she brought something trying to help a sister out. So, I'll try anything. We got plenty of toys. We'll just add this to the stack.
Have you thought about maybe, taking like a boudoir shoot or like sexy photos? I've done it and I had a great time.
That's because your husband's the photographer.
No, actually, he wasn't.
You probably had a happy ending.
No, he actually wasn't the photographer. He wasn't. I hired a female to do mine.
So, but you did it for him, right? The pictures were for him.
But they were also for me too, to a certain degree, because doing a shoot like that you feel empowered. You really do. So
I'm open to that.
I think you should.
Give me her number so I can give her a call. The whole sexy boudoir shoot, I think Maurice will love it. I think it'll, pardon the pun, get a rise out of him. However, I don't know if it's actually going to help me, but I'm open for anything. And we got to get it worked out because I legit feel bad that we already are having a conversation about I don't get enough. And then I get into this little slump where you're getting less than what you already thought wasn't enough.
Now I'm trying to play therapist, which I'm not. Disclaimer.
I suggested that we go, like maybe like a sex therapist or something along that line.
Yeah, so I do think sex therapy might help. Just to kind of have a third person to kind of say, no, that's not what she said, or no, that's not what he said. It's a difference from what people say and what people hear.
I'm into any kind of therapist, premarital therapist, aftermarital therapist, crisis therapist, because I believe sometimes professionals can render a really unbiased opinion. So I feel like I'm gonna try everything that she suggested.
Do you